he was working actually for the largest distributor of comics, Diamond Comics, as an education specialist. So, as I was joking earlier, it was his goal to be the sort of primary corrupter of young kids. But honestly, actually, the use of comics in the classroom as a didactic device has become increasingly mainstream, and in no small part through the efforts of people like Keith. Why don't you tell them a little bit about that role, and then also how that led to Secret Identity?
Sure. So Colin isn't the only person who came to comics in like a roundabout way. I was actually a high school English teacher for about 4 years, and had the opportunity to join Diamond Comic Distributors as their education specialist. And essentially what that meant was I was responsible for, one, editing a newsletter that kind of covered education and comics, and also just overseeing maybe a little bit above my pay grade, but kind of overseeing the education market as selling comics to schools and libraries. And it's through that Jeff and I met, and after having several conversations with Jeff, we started getting the idea of Secret Identities. When Jeff said no one in here doesn't like anime and manga, I would actually include myself in that category. Not that I don't like it, but I definitely come from more of a traditional comics background. Gotham City, Metropolis, the X-Men. Those are the types of comics that informed my youth. In fact, my daughter has discovered She-Ra on Netflix, so that's kind of awesome for me because I get to rewatch old He-Man cartoons that I hadn't watched in 30 years. But so that is actually the animation and comics that informed who I am. I actually came to manga and anime much later in life, probably since my daughter was born. I started watching Miyazaki movies like every other day, and things like that. So, but in my role at Diamond, it really was one of the first things that I noticed was that when I took the job, I thought it would be my role to kind of evangelize for comics. Like, we would go to reading conferences, and I thought, everyone come talk to me. I'm going to tell you how to use comics in your classroom. But it was actually the opposite. When we would go to these education conferences, the teachers and the librarians stormed our booth, and we were rock stars to them. Mm-hmm. They were like, thank God that you're here. We can get more comics for our kids because that's what's making them read. So it really does show the power that, as Yen was saying, that the graphic images can have on encouraging reluctant readers to read and regular readers to read more. Other studies, I'm not going to actually cite the study, so I'm just taking my word for it. Other studies show that kids who start out reading comics become lifelong readers of other more traditional texts as well. So, it is the launching pad for a lot of, better and brighter readers as they grow older, and saying words like tentacles.
Well, one